Yes, my name is Professor Mustafa Adejoro Rahim. You are welcome to this week's facilitation on ISL102, Mosque in Islam. We want to look at the internal and external crises that emanate or that occur in the mosque as it affects the running of the mosque in Nigeria in particular. So, if you are ready, why don't you join me again and let us have today's diet. You are welcome. Yes, our intended learning outcome for today. At the end of today's lesson, you should be able to discuss the impact of the West on some of the problems facing the mosque. Also to discuss the incessant internal conflicts involving members of the mosque, that is the Muslim community. Discuss the challenges facing the mosque on religious and educational matter. Not only that, and also the challenges facing the mosque on socio-political activities. Let's look at the roles of Western imperialism on the position of the mosque today. That is the colonial masters, the influence of the West. When we talk of the West, we talk of the Western countries, the Western powers. It will be recalled that in the past, mosques served as a school. You know, we have discussed that one in the past, that some of the mosques were used as school where they trained students, where they teach the pupils and other things like that. And also, it was a place of worship, a civic center, and a meeting place for all the people's activities. So these are the roles played by mosques in the beginning. So even in Muslim countries, a number of institutions share these functions with the mosque. And but presently, the roles of the mosque has been diminished by the changes that have occurred throughout the world. To mention was the Western onslaught, the Western power hegemony on Islam that began with the invasion of the Muslim lands on several occasions between 1095 and 1250, so up to the period of the Abbasid. So when the Crusaders, so the Christian Crusaders, they invaded so many Muslim countries, Muslim lands, and took them over. So as a result of that, the roles being played by the mosque were taken over. This invasion was later followed by real missionary campaigns against Islam. Then conflict, we have some problems facing the mosque from within, internal problems. So due to lack of able leadership, most mosques are always involved in crisis. When you cannot manage, when the leadership of the mosque cannot manage the situation properly. Then ideological differences. One of the causes of frictions and disagreement within the rank and file of the mosque is the divergence in the opinion, in the views about certain Islamic principles. So some people will say, okay, you have to raise up your hand, you have to put down your hand while in prayer, or you have to put it in the chest. So all these minor things cause misunderstanding in mosque. Then general ignorance. Most mosques around us today, especially in the countries that have experienced Western culture and civilization, are led by officials whose knowledge of Islam and its civilization is seen to be very low because of the influence of this Western culture and civilization. So they know little about Islam, but they are the administrators in the mosque. So inadequate fund. Many mosques today suffer from inadequate fund to run them. Yes, this is what we are experiencing day in, day out. Financial mismanagement. Even where we have money, the management in the mosque mismanage. They mismanage the financial, the finance of the mosque. So personal ambition of mosque members. We have people who are ingrained in politics. You see, political activities are in them. So, and they still bring those politics into the mosque, and thereby causing problems within the mosque. The insincerity of purpose. Many people are not sincere. So they have diabolical and un-Islamic purposes. That is, they are so wicked. They have different intention, which is not sincere, which is not sincere, sincerity of Islam, but just to benefit themselves. So they don't have clear mind, in a clear intention in doing whatever they are doing. So let's move on. We have some challenges in religious and basic educational matters too. An imam is expected to be sound in Western education, no doubt about that, and because of the situation we have at this present time. So when Islam says we should seek for knowledge, it didn't say only Islamic knowledge, say general knowledge. So an imam is for him to be responsible, for him to be relevant to the situation, to the contemporary situations. So he too must be well educated both in Western and Islamic cultures. So this will place him in vantage position. So you have an edge of delivering thought-provoking sermons that will enhance the quality of dawah activities in the mosque. So if an imam is learned, is well versed in so many areas, so he will be able to contribute to deliver quality sermon, and that one will facilitate or advance the dawah activities in the mosque. So the imam must be well equipped to be able to disseminate Islamic spiritual and moral teachings to the mosque members. So he too has to be very upright, he has to be knowledgeable, he has to be exposed so that he will be able to perform well. So challenges in social and political matters too. These are some of the things we have in the mosque today. So election or appointment of people into the position of an imam should conform to the basic criteria of knowledge of Quran, Hadith, and age, in that order. Before anybody can be appointed to the position of imam, he must be well versed. He must be well versed in the knowledge of Quran, and after Quran, he must be well versed in Hadith, and he must be mature. So that is age. He must of age, so that he will understand the situation and what the Sharia stipulates. While the position of the imam is of permanent importance, the situation in our environment today has given rise to the need of a mosque management committee. So though we have imam who is a permanent spiritual head of the mosque, we still need, the situation now demands for having some group of people who will be managing the mosque, the affairs in the mosque. So I will call them the management committee. So this committee should be assigned certain well-defined responsibilities that will enhance the day-to-day administration of the mosque. So their duty is to maintain the mosque, to see to the development of the mosque, renovation, maintenance, and other things that is needed in the mosque. That is that should be the major assignment for the committee, while the imam should be the head of the spiritual aspect. So funding, mosque maintenance, and economic empowerment of the members. So preventive maintenance. This involves regular inspection. You should be inspecting the mosque regularly. You should be cleaning the mosque, testing and routine check from time to time. You should be maintaining the mosque generally, seeing to the advancement of the mosque. Let's go back to So we have predictive maintenance. This takes place when there is warning signal of imminent breakdown, for example, in the electrical devices. So the committee must be predictive in maintaining the mosque. That is, they should not allow that damage to occur before they prevent it. Then corrective maintenance, and in a situation whereby some things got damaged, so they have to repair them as soon as possible. So in today's lesson, summarily, we have discussed the impact of the West on the problems facing the mosque. We also discussed the incessant internal conflicts involving members of the mosque. Then we looked at the challenges facing the mosque on religious, educational, social, and political scene. So this is what we have for you as a summary. You can go through the course material and see the details there. Don't limit it there. You can read all other Islamic literature books to learn more. Thank you for listening.